National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the London Monarchs and the Sacramento Condors. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
You ready? 97 is the mic. You got nothing with it. You got nothing. Ready?
Now they try the right side here. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown! A big play there. 76 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2. End zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And not a very good return at all, as he won't even get this back to the 15.
Come on, set, 50, plant. Come on, baby,
Throwing on first down. Patterson in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey, seam 6, seam 6.
2nd and long. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line. 90 Wolf. Strong right, strong right, strong right. Bravo.
On first down, Patterson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
3 down. 94 is the mark. 94. Hey, echo. Here we go. Hit it.
Throwing again. Patterson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And it's taken in at the 9. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Set up.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. 22-jet bombers. 22-jet bombers. Ready?
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's taken down inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Go. 18 K.
First down,
London.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Go, deep grip.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from 48. And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good, way wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
On 1st and 10, Patterson. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. Evades the tackler and now some space. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
To throw on 2nd down, Patterson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Back to throw. Patterson. They're able to locate Wilson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Sacramento with the football here as we get set to begin quarter 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Sacramento with the football here as we get set to begin quarter 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Patterson. Under pressure, and down he goes. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. Looking to throw. Patterson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Yeah, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And it's a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Point after, right down the middle. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A big play there. 77 yards. And his guys are going to retake the lead. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Hey, exit. 94,
throwing on first down. Patterson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Hey, Alpha. 95.
On first down, Patterson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch, maybe you move some motion, maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Now a handoff looking right. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Now they try the right side here. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally down at the 9-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. First down and run with Cohen. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Ready. 70, Indy. 97's the mark.
They'll set up to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And his kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, Patterson. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Operating from the gun, Patterson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Protein spill.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Slam.
Now a handoff looking right. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. To throw again. Patterson. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down. This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Patterson. And he's stopped at the 44. It's also a gain of 4, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Hey, Delta.
They're going to try and throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Go, go. 60 or. Let's make these babies cry. General West.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got this down to the 35. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And touchdown! In for the score. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
At the 37.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Yep. X3, 218, chopper. Let's go. Let's go.
2nd and 1. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Patterson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Hey, team 6. Ready?
Back to throw. Patterson. And his throw is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead. Right, you take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you know.
He's got a man, complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And some room to roam now. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Right back to him on 1st down. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken short.
We got this.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Get it.
They go again to Tomlinson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Hey, Echo. Now.
To throw on 3rd down. Patterson, blitz coming, and down he goes. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. On 4th down, Patterson. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 38. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing?
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious? And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The play action fake, they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Let's go. 10-2 start.
They'll run on first down. Cohen. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
Just like that.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, second down. On second down now, it's Cohen. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
2nd and 2. And now here is another interception. He's picked off at his own 46 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Set, ready? 10 Lobo. Danny. Ready?
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They pick up 11 in addition to moving the chains.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up.
Ready. 30 base. Watch the pass. Check 30. Recon, 132 fighter.
On play action, they'll throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Gilbert. 7 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Now they try the right side here. They'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
He don't want it. Get it.
Tomlinson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go now. 70, Indy. Snap.
On third down, Taylor. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Now Tomlinson on first and 10. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
when we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Ready? Go.
Again, it's Tomlinson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6. Today's final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for our visitors, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Sacramento, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.